Well, today is really more of a day of putting titles on paintings and putting them into my logbook and making packages because I need to ship this week. But I thought I'd sneak in here and do a little bit. I'll back the camera up, I guess, before I explain this. Well, you can see I've painted in some rocks here. Not completely, but they're painted in. It's all kind of drab in this area now. But I'm going to lay in the most intense greens right along in here. And that's going to help to offset this sliver of rock. Rock looks pretty boring at the moment, but that will change pretty soon. I have the dark sliver. I'm doing away with that. I don't think I like that. I don't think I like that. I bought a new little brush here. It's a little bit too nice, but that'll wear down pretty soon. I'm using some ultramarine blue, yellow ochre, bit of burnt sienna, to keep it warm. Okay, I'm going a little too dark here. Add a little more cad yellow pale to this. Bit of burnt sienna, a little more cad yellow pale. The cad yellow pale I'm playing with, I don't like it at all, but it's what I have, so I guess I'll just deal with it. Well, I'm being pretty clumsy with my application here. Ah, shoot. Junk on the brush. I want the lightest of the light to be against the dark rock. That's the drama I'm after. That's all right. Don't want it too busy, don't want it too flat. Yeah, that's good. You know, you have this little sort of eruption of light, as though the sunlight's hitting directly the water below and it's just reflecting up onto this grass, and the sunlight's hitting this bit of bank directly as well. It's really the only direct sunlight that's going to be on this painting is going to be catching these two buildings, the grassy bank beyond this one, and going up to our shed and then tapering off to the right. You know what I'll do? Maybe I'm starting to flail my hands around here, and I'm probably going way out of frame, so why don't I just back it up a little bit. And why don't I just move the camera over here for a moment. I'll just put a few more strokes on there. I like it. I like what's happening here. A little more ultramarine blue. Okay. As long as we keep heading in the right direction, that's really all that matters. Yeah, this brush is too small now. I kind of wanted it for in here, but I think I can switch to a little bigger brush now. What was I using? Number 4? Yeah, that was a number 4. This is a number 8. Oh yeah. And of course, if I'm going to put paint on the canvas, I first have to put it on my palette. And seeing as I'm out of yellow ochre, let me just put a little more on there. Okay. You can hear my pile of yellow ochre giggling with pleasure over receiving a new stock. So we're staying away from the cad yellow pale now. We're just working with yellow ochre, red sienna, titanium, no, and ultramarine blue, and actually, yes, some titanium white. That's a little too yellow. Yeah, that's too yellow. Well, too brown, I guess, is really what I should be saying. Get some bigger, bolder brush strokes in here. Starting to look a little too much like amateur hour here. With my weak little pat brush strokes. On something more direct. Okay. I'd like this light to carry on through here a little bit. Not completely, but still for a ways. So, add a little more titanium white. Titanium white. I'm just getting kind of weak here. Not weak, low in value. I want to keep my values up. And then I have to remind myself not to hold my brush like a pencil, which I often do. It's okay. It's just not always okay. Okay, a little more, add a little more titanium. No, add a little more ultramarine blue to that. Excuse me. And of course, all kinds of little bits of junk now and then showing up from the wash-in or from my pile of paint on the canvas right now. Okay, I'm beginning to play a little bit now. I should probably avoid that. How's that? That's a little bit high in value. Okay, I'm going to fade off the value there. Back down to ultramarine blue and yellow ochre, but less white. Let's keep the white at bay now for the moment. I'll reintroduce it when we come to these rocks and this grass, but now we're coming over the hill a little bit. We'll make it a little less important. Okay. And more ultramarine blue. That might be a little too dark. We'll go back with a bit of add a little more yellow ochre again to it. warm it up. Okay, that's good. Well, we have that color on the brush. I know I want a little bit of it right there. I may as well just put it on. Okay. Too much playing. Okay, let's back up and have a look at that. In general, good, I think. A little bit busy, but I'm not going to sweat it just yet. Here, let me get the camera square on, and we'll have a peek at it that way. Yeah. Yeah, I think we're doing okay. That shed is still looking bright, but I think that's mostly because I haven't painted the two main event sheds there. Yeah. It's alright, it's alright. That little shed, I could have been even more red, but I didn't want to. It's, you know, it's small. It's in the distance. I needed to obscure it. I actually added, I mixed cad red medium and alizarin crimson and yellow ochre and a bit of cobalt blue into that, just to sort of drop it down without making it go too pink or purple. I just muddied the waters a little bit, if you will. Okay. Go back to my other part of the job. Because once these things are painted, they have to go somewhere. They don't do me any good sitting around the house. Talk to you soon, guys.